All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be taking a look at the former Century 21 store located in Lower Manhattan, New York City, across the street from the Westfield World Trade Center shopping center. So the reason why we're taking a look at the Century 21 department store today is because it was just announced that this flagship store located in Lower Manhattan will be reopening in 2023. Now, guys, this is very exciting news, and this is definitely needed, especially considering this chain went out and did close on Sunday, December 6th, 2022. So overall, this is very exciting news. Century 21 is officially reopening its New York City flagship store. And there's a couple of things, too, that I would like to potentially go over if Century 21 is looking to expand again. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll read the article first. So it was just posted today. So we'll read the iconic retailers returning across from the World Trade Center in 2023. New Yorkers collectively mourn the closure of Century 21 back in 2020 when the company filed for bankruptcy and announced the shuttering of all of its New York City locations. Alas, the retail chain is ready for a comeback, and so are we. According to an official press release, the beloved institution will reopen its flagship location at downtown 22 Cortlandt Street, right across from World Trade Center, in spring of 2023. The effort is a partnership between Century 21 and experiences companies Legends. So do expect the brick-and-mortar store to offer a more streamlined customer experience in-shop. The logo will also be significantly different, with New York City added to it. Some things, however, will remain the same, including the store size across the four main floors of retailers will be selling men's, women's, children's design apparel, footwear, accessories, outdoor fragrances at a discount. Century 21 is and always will be a New York City brand, said Raymond Gindy, Century 21's co-chief executive officer, in an official statement. Our flagship store has been a long-time symbol of the city's resilience and unwavering spirit. In our 60-year history, we have only closed our doors twice. Once after the devastation of 9/11, and then again during the COVID-19 pandemic. But in the true New Yorkers we have preserved. We are delighted to share the news and can't wait to pursue throughout the endless offerings in the new and improved Century 21. Century 21 store, rather. So, what does this exactly mean? I think a lot of people have questions, and yes, I know. This is big news. This is really big news. I wish the same could be said for Lord & Taylor, but we all know that Lord & Taylor, unfortunately, there was a lot of stuff going on with Lord & Taylor, and it's just the pandemic is what killed Lord & Taylor. I mean, they're an online business now, but it's not the same. I mean, even almost 2 weeks ago, I walked through, what was it? I saw Shoppers Finest. It's unfortunate of what it's literally a former shell of itself. But anyways, enough about that. So Century 21 reopening in New York City. So it's very interesting. Now, I don't know. I want to actually try something. Let me see if we could do something. Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's go C20 century21.com. Or you know what? I think it's C21.com. Hang on. Let's take a look and see. Okay, no, that's the real estate. Okay, so let's go into Century 21. Okay. Okay, and that just says the same thing there with the what's it called? So I guess this is now the clue that is New York. So good. So Century 21 is sticking to their word, of course. We know that. So what is this an opportunity for? So I think Century 21 is going to look into some sort of expansion. Now, I don't know if they're going to start out with the New York store and then roll out some more stores. I do think ideally they're going to start. I think they're going to announce a couple more openings for 2023. Because I just think, a New York City launch is nice, but I think they'd want to launch it across multiple areas. Where do I think Century 21 has the potential to come back? Well, Paramus is out of the question, and that is because Kohl's has gobbled up the former spot, and they gobbled it up, and they're going to be putting a 2-level store there. So I don't think Paramus is a candidate, unfortunately. As good as a high-profile location that was, Kohl's completely gobbled up that property, so that is now part of Kohl's, unless Kohl's decides to back out, which I doubt they will. They're giving up a not-so-great store and moving into a much better location. They will definitely not be coming back to Morristown. It's just not the right area for them, honestly. I mean, it would do very well. I just don't think Century 21 would be interested in Morristown again. Roosevelt Field, they unfortunately lost out on, and that's now Primark. So definitely won't be going there. I could see Century 21 reopening Green Acres. That is a potential location for them. And believe it or not, aside from Green Acres, the only other possible spot where they could do a very quick opening is American Dream. Now, hear me out on this, guys. American Dream Century 21. The spot, I was just there, I think it was not this past Monday or the Monday before that, I was there. And that spot itself, yes, it's missing the sign, but all they have to do is put a brand new sign up, get the merchandise inside the store, and it's basically a done store. If you think about it, it's a store that's done. I mean, think about it. That Century 21, out of all the future locations, that one came so close to opening. And then obviously, COVID happened, and they filed for bankruptcy back in March. But I do think that if Century 21 is really looking to relaunch their brand again, I think ideally it's a no-brainer. I think they're really gonna go back to their location in American Dream because the infrastructure is there. The inside of the store is basically done. All they have to do is add a logo and put merchandise inside the store, and that it would work. But ultimately, I think that is going to be Century 21's decision on whether to come back or not. But I did want to share this news with you guys. This is very exciting news, especially considering where we were about 2 years ago with Century 21 literally shutting down all of its stores. So it is good to see that the Gindy family is really interested in bringing the brand back. They actually see value in the brand, and I think that's very it's important, and this is a high-profile location, so it doesn't surprise me that they are looking to come back. And again, we shall see what the future holds for this chain, whether it's just going to be this store, it's going to be multiple stores opening today. We don't know. Again, it's the very early stages. Spring 2023. It's about a year away, so they could very well announce a couple more stores. And again, American Dream is definitely a good candidate. They might even look into Yonkers again. I just don't know if they would want to go back to Yonkers. And I would definitely think Valley Stream would be doable because especially since Primark is going in the JCPenney spot in there, I think Century 21 could very well reopen their store that they closed there. Again, it's just putting the pieces of the puzzle together and kind of figuring out where geographically, if Century 21 wanted to do some kind of crazy launch where they're going in multiple locations that are all opening on the same day, aligned with the flagship location, obviously opening up in New York City. But again, time will tell, and we will just have to wait and see what the future holds. But again, this is very exciting news, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for Century 21 opening up more stores. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and link will be in the description below, and that will be it.